Alright, first and foremost, Dead Space 3 is the shit, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Welcome back, guys. Dead Space 3 review, me and Nacho again. Go for it.
Back by popular demand.
Alright, so first off, we got the storyline. Back to the main protagonist, Isaac Clarke. Woo! He has to handle shit. Where does he head off to?
He goes to Tau Volantis.
Tau Volantis, yeah, some frozen planet with an odd-shaped moon. Pretty much the whole game does a well job of being a mystery that you have to play through. So, you know, it keeps you motivated to keep going. But yeah, we can't really talk much about the storyline without spoiling it for you guys, so we're not going to be assholes.
Except one thing I'm not sure about is the marker like still like haunting him like it did in the second one? You know how he was seeing like all those visions and like slightly going crazy?
Yeah, no, not really. He got that fixed. Yeah, he got that fixed in the second one.
I guess once he destroyed the marker.
The eye thing, right?
Yeah. He made a reference to that actually. Like, okay, anyways, gameplay. It's a lot better actually. I think it's the best one yet. First off, you got the new. Okay, so the bench is still a central thing to the game. You create everything you need on the bench. Everything you collect goes towards the bench. So in the bench, you will create weapons, create items you need, ammo, health packs, stasis supports or whatever they're called. Stasis support. What else can you do in the bench?
Oh, we're talking about the bench.
We're talking about the bench.
Weapon upgrades.
Yeah,
armor,
like adding circuits to your. No, that's the suit kiosk. Yeah. The suit kiosk was added to increase the your suit. You know.
Oh,
upgrades.
Armor.
Yeah,
upgrades.
Yeah, no, that's your rig upgrade.
Yeah, the rig upgrades. Instead of having your suit being like this suit gives X amount of armor and space.
You can adjust it.
Your whole rig is now the central. What's it called? What is the word I'm looking for? Well, anyways, you get to upgrade your rig, and then you have armor, you have your health, you have your stasis upgrades, you have everything you need in the suit kiosk. And then back to the bench, you can create your own weapons. You can pretty much mod it. You can get as creative as you want. If you want
attachments, buffs to it.
If you want a freaking double stack plasma cutter, you can have a double stack plasma cutter. You can have a shotgun with a flamethrower, whatever you want, whatever you can think of. And if you have the parts for it, you can make it. That's awesome.
Pretty much, in this one, the suits are just for show, and they're not that impressive.
They're not.
In Isaac's part.
Yeah, they're not. I actually ended up using the standard suit, the Arctic Survival one, because the other ones didn't really appeal to me. But again, this is back to the whole EA thing. This can be a fucking rant on EA on how they're forcing you to pay for the suits, forcing you to pay for what's the word? The resources.
Circuits.
Yeah.
EA.
So yeah, fuck you, EA. You suck.
Hope you're listening to this, bitch.
Fuck you.
Your mother sucks a fat cock in hell.
All right, so still on gameplay.
The power nodes are gone.
Power nodes are gone. They have been replaced by circuits, which you can individually attach to your weapons. Again, back to the bench. It all just goes back to the bench.
All fingers point to the bench.
Damage, reload, attack speed, and what was the other one?
Clip capacity.
And I'm not so sure about the ominous sounds, but Brian, take it away on this one.
Yeah, okay. The game is still scary. They did do a good job of integrating action. Dead Space, Visceral Games is learning a lot from different games like Uncharted. You got this colossal shit going around you, and you're just surviving through that. It's and it still kept its Dead Space elements of being scary. You hear shit in the distance, rumbling, growling, and you're just fucking you're watching your back still, like always. Resource management. How did you do on that?
Well, I didn't know what to be honest. When I first got a scavenger bot, I didn't really know what it was for. I just thought it was one of those things, like in the Alien movies, which would be a reference to the movie. To look for necromorphs, but that wasn't the case.
No, actually, scavenger bots are pretty much bots that scavenge. They'll look for resources. You have to place them in certain areas. It's like a metal detector. You hear a blinking, and then you just drop it there, and you leave it, and it'll show up back to the bench. and you collect whatever he picked up, and you use that towards other shit that you want to build or create.
Dead Space 3.
What else should we mention on gameplay? Artifacts have been added. I guess that's just for trophy purposes. If you want to run back and get the artifacts.
Yeah, they're pretty much pointless. Like they're just there, like collectibles. No, not even collectibles. They don't even
give information. Oh, do they give information?
It's just like level completion.
Yeah,
Achievements.
New movements added are crouching, which wasn't in the previous one, and rolling.
And crouching was added because you are actually fighting humans at sometimes. Again, it has a bit of a action movie feel to it sometimes, where you're fighting regular people, or you're in the middle of people fighting off necromorphs.
Or the necromorphs with the fodder axes.
Yeah, it's just crazy. One thing I picked up is that Nacho doesn't really agree with me, but it has an actual a feel to some cinematic movies like The Thing and Alien, but more likely The Thing, since you're out on a frozen planet and there's just shit going down, and there's more than necromorphs. Again, I can't tell you about the story without spoiling it for you. I went through the single player experience, and it was weird because I felt like I was missing a big part of the story where you're supposed to, or I was supposed to have a connection with John Carver, who was your co-op partner, but I had no connection. It would be kind of awkward where I talked to him and he would just disappear off in the hallway, and I wouldn't see him until later. So it wouldn't make sense. Like, why would he run off when he can be here helping me out? But I guess it's the whole co-op thing, which I didn't experience at all because I don't have an online pass.
That's very unfortunate, but I myself didn't experience the co-op experience to the fullest because I wanted to take the single player approach, but then I just wanted to try out the co-op. But pretty much in co-op, what I saw is just more interaction between two characters, altered cutscenes, and which leads me to the next subject is optional missions. There are some optional missions that are only available in co-op.
True.
And that explains John Carver's story, which I will not get into. But depending on who you play as, like in one of the optional missions, you'd see different things that Isaac sees and Carver sees another thing. I can't find the right word for it, but it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's all optional missions. They were pretty cool. I didn't get to play through all of them again because I didn't have the co-op. I got screwed out of that bad. But yeah, I felt the classic experience of being on my own and surviving on my own and watching my own back, not having help of others.
Maybe it was because of the co-op experience for me that I didn't find it scary, like Brian says he did about the sounds in the next room or eerie voices or whatever he was talking about. I didn't hear any of that. And like I said, it's probably about co-op because I was playing with my friend and we had mics.
Yeah, because you were busy having fun, joking around at the shit you killed. I was busy not trying to die at every freaking corner.
For me, I didn't really have a survival horror aspect in it. It was more just blowing shit up, like how Resident Evil 5 and 6 were.
See, that's the problem with co-op and survival horror, that it doesn't match sometimes, and especially in Dead Space. But I guess I did get that out of it.
Single player is good, and co-op is good too. I highly recommend it. It's a fun game to play with a buddy that like your best friend or whatever.
Yeah, and it's something I would actually want to try. But you can go either way, and it does have replayability. You can go back. The modes, there's different modes. It's a shitload of modes actually. There's New Game Plus, which is obvious. You start over with the stuff you already had in the last playthrough. There's what is it? Hardcore.
Yeah, hardcore.
Which is
pretty much beat the game without dying. I mean, it's different from 2, whereas in 2, you had save stations, and you had a limit of 3 saves throughout the entire game. And if you die, you reset from your last save. In this one, since the save stations are gone because co-op was added, it auto-saves at certain points, and pretty much, no matter where it saves, if you die, you die for good, and you start from the beginning of the game. And this game is pretty long, might I add. If you do the optional missions, that is.
Yeah, I found myself, I think it was 14, 15 hours in it. It took me a while to beat. I was actually trying to finish up, and I realized this game is actually really long in comparison to the other ones. 19 missions in total, as before it was like
It was 15.
15. So yeah, they keep adding little by little, and then the optional missions does spread it out a little bit longer. I guess graphics, we can talk about graphics. This game is really beautiful. There's times where you can just stop and look at what's ahead of you, and it looks amazing.
Although some people do say that the graphics were a downgrade.
They can
because of
fucking suck a
No,
dick.
but I'm saying I don't really notice the difference, but due to the added co-op and stuff, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'd give it a thumbs
but
up.
yeah, this game is something you should check out. It's really cool. Actually, it has it's going in an even better direction. It's not getting stale or boring. It's becoming an even bigger mystery than the Necromorphs itself, which is I think is a really good idea. Don't screw up EA, Visceral. Keep doing what you're doing. Any closing comments?
Yeah, I'm well, it's just pretty much a recommendation for this game. I mean, I'm a pretty big Dead Space fan, and I've read all the comics, seen the movies. I wish I could read the books, but as a fan, it's a good game, and I'm not being biased or whatever because I do think it has some flaws, but it's highly recommended, or I recommend it.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned.